All right, let's jump right into a classic. We're talking about the very beginning of J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit. And what's so cool about it is how this huge story, with dragons and epic quests starts so small. It doesn't kick off with some massive battle. Nope. It starts with a very comfortable creature in a very, very comfortable home. It's really a brilliant way to ease us into a fantasy world.
And it all kicks off with this line, 9 simple words that are just so iconic. You see, it's not just some random opening line, it's an invitation. It pulls you right into this world that just feels, well, earthy and cozy. And it makes you ask a question right away without even trying, what on earth is a hobbit?
So yeah, before we can even think about quests or dragons or treasure, we've got to get to the bottom of that exact question. We need to understand our hero and his people. So, what is a hobbit?
Well, at their absolute core, hobbits are all about comfort. The book describes them as a little people, even smaller than dwarves. And what they really, really value is a quiet, peaceful life. Think good food, good friends, and zero surprises. There's not really any magic to them. They just like things to be predictable and, well, pleasant.
And when you picture one, what do you see? Well, for starters, they don't have beards. They're, let's say, inclined to be fat in the stomach. And of course, the most famous thing, no shoes. They just don't need them because they've got these naturally tough, leathery soles on their feet. Tolkien paints this picture of folks with good-natured faces, long, clever fingers, and these deep, wonderful, fruity laughs, especially after a good meal, which they have a lot of.
Now, the particular hobbit we're following is named Bilbo Baggins, and he is the absolute poster child for being a hobbit. He lives in this amazing hobbit-hole, and Tolkien is super clear on one point. A hobbit-hole means comfort. I mean, we're talking about a place with polished chairs, pantries just overflowing with food, and get this, entire rooms just for clothes. It's a world specifically designed to keep anything like an adventure far, far away. But, and this is where it gets really interesting, the main conflict of the story, at least at the start, isn't some big scary dragon or an army of goblins. No, the real battle is brewing right inside Bilbo himself. It's this internal tug-of-war between two very different sides of his family tree. Okay, so on one side, you've got his dad's family, the Bagginses. Super respectable, totally predictable, and the most important thing, they never had any adventures, ever. But then you have his mother's side, the Tooks. Now, they were definitely richer, but maybe a little less respectable. Why? Because they had this weird tendency to just go off and have adventures. It's such a perfect way to show the two different natures just battling it out inside our guy Bilbo. And for 50 whole years, the Baggins side was winning, hands down. Bilbo was living a quiet, comfortable, and 100% uneventful life. The book says he had settled down immovably. But, as you can probably guess, that settled life was about to get shaken up, big time.
So, how does it all start? It's just a quiet morning, right? Bilbo's outside his front door, enjoying his pipe, probably not a care in the world. And then, an unexpected visitor shows up, a figure who basically brings the smell of adventure and far-off places right to his perfectly round front door.
And wow, what a sight this guy is. He's an old man with a staff, a tall, pointed blue hat, a long gray cloak, and a silver scarf, with a massive white beard that hangs all the way down below his waist. I mean, this is a person who just screams adventure. You just know that incredible stories pop up wherever he goes. And his name, of course, is Gandalf. And Gandalf, well, he doesn't mess around. He gets straight to the point. He looks at Bilbo and says, "I'm looking for someone to share in an adventure." Just like that. It's a direct challenge to everything Bilbo stands for. It's the classic call to adventure, right? An invitation to ditch the comfy armchair and see what the rest of the world is all about.
And Bilbo's reaction? Oh, it is 100% pure Baggins. Adventures? He calls them nasty, disturbing, uncomfortable things. And his biggest complaint, his main reason for saying no, they make you late for dinner. It's just so funny and so perfectly Bilbo. This is his official refusal of the call. He wants absolutely nothing to do with any of it.
Okay, so Bilbo might have slammed the door on the idea, but you just know a seed has been planted. So what exactly is this adventure that Gandalf is cooking up? Well, let's just say it involves old maps, secret codes, and a whole lot of danger.
Yeah, this isn't some vague, wandering trip. It has a very clear, very specific goal. It's a treasure hunt, and they have a map to prove it. The destination is a place called the Lonely Mountain, and inside, a gigantic pile of dwarven treasure. The catch? It's being guarded by a very large, very scary dragon.
And look, this is not going to be a walk in the park. The path is absolutely loaded with danger. We're talking trolls, goblins, even elves can be tricky. Oh, and giant spiders. And then, at the very end of all that, you've got the final boss, the dragon himself, Smaug the Magnificent.
And there's this whole other layer to it, too. This quest is steeped in deep history and secrets, and you can see it right there in these ancient runes on the map. They're not just for show, they're a real language, a key that can unlock hidden doors and ancient secrets. It just adds this awesome feeling of mystery and magic to the whole thing.
All right, so we've got the quest, we know the dangers, but we also have a hero who has already said no thank you. You think that would be the end of it, right? Case closed. But as it turns out, adventure doesn't really care if you say no. Just to be clear, Bilbo was very direct. He politely but firmly shut down the whole idea. And to really drive the point home, he shut his big, round, green door on Gandalf and the whole crazy business. He probably went back to his pantry, grabbed a seed cake, and thought to himself, "Whew, escaped that one." He really thought he dodged a bullet. But then, just as everything was getting back to normal, just as he's settling in, bring, a huge, tremendous ring on the front doorbell just shatters the quiet. The outside world is back, and it's not being polite anymore. And that is where the story really gets going. See, Bilbo thinks he's made his choice, but really, the choice has already been made for him. Adventure isn't just inviting him anymore. It has arrived on his doorstep. So the big question is, who's ringing that bell? And what in the world is about to happen to Mr. Bilbo Baggins? I guess there's only one way to find out.